My name is Glenn Giocaris, and I'm the principal of the SVA Virtual Academy. Last Wednesday, we held an information webinar. This is a recording of that webinar that incorporates many of the questions we received. We will have another webinar June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, depending on the level you're interested. You can register to get the link by going to the Virtual Academy website or going to bit.ly/SVA info. The webinar will feature, including myself, our teacher, Ms. Carla Nellis, and our counselor, Ms. Haley Glasgow. The goal of this recording is to give you information about what we do and how we educate our students. But I want to start with what motivates us. Why do we do what we do? The Virtual Academy opened 3 years ago to provide an alternative to the traditional method of education. For a variety of reasons, some students and families want or need a more flexible education and desire a more personalized approach to learning. By working to build a community of learners, we seek to encourage our students to engage in the world in an authentic way, to take responsibility for their learning, to be active and compassionate citizens, and to prepare them for the rapidly evolving world of work. Indeed, our mission statement includes those fundamental elements of a community of learners, a flexible and student-centered education that is engaging and innovative. At the Virtual Academy, we're very purposeful with how we design and redesign the education and structure of the school to maximize learning and student growth. To me, one of the best things about the Virtual Academy is that we are continuously working to improve our education program. As we seek to improve our program, we always come back to 3 questions. What do we want our students to know? What do we want our students to be able to do? And what do we want our students to be? And with that, I'm going to enter and talk about the fundamental characteristics and elements of the Virtual Academy. A question I often receive is, are your teachers credentialed? We are a school in the Saddleback Unified School District, and therefore all of our teachers are highly qualified, certificated SVUSD teachers. There is no tuition to enroll, and the curriculum is aligned with the SVUSD and California Department of Education standards. An important part of fostering student motivation to learn is personalization of the content. Personalization provides students with activity choice and instruction at the appropriate level to stretch the student's knowledge. That is, instruction and learning activities that are not too easy that they are bored, nor too difficult that they give up. Online learning programs combined with what our teacher Carla, as the mentor and coach, shifts much of the power and control of the instructional path to the students. By giving students more ownership over the learning process, tailoring academic content to more closely match the student's ability level and interest, and providing students with frequent feedback, it increases students' motivation to learn. For example, in math, we utilize an online math software that assesses students' knowledge and then delivers targeted instruction on the exact topic the student is most ready to learn. One of the questions we heard was, are we able to accommodate GATE students? And the answer is yes. In fact, before Carla moved to online teaching, she taught 5th grade GATE. By design, we blend our online school with 2 days of face-to-face class meetings. Research supports our belief that students learn best when they feel like they are part of a community and are able to interact with their teachers and peers. However, due to the current California Department of Ed Public Health COVID-19 recommendations, we will not begin the school year with any face-to-face meetings. What we will do instead is utilize online classroom software that allows students and teachers to interact in real time. There are some tremendous software programs that support real-time online learning and allow teachers and students to interact on the same whiteboard, and even allow teachers to assign students to breakout rooms to have students work together. If the public health recommendations allow us to, we will open our physical classroom for blended learning, but students will not be required to attend. We will either video conference students in or only work on supplemental activities like 3D printing or coding or art. So this is a current schedule. Students receive their assignments at the beginning of the week and they're due at the end of the week. And then within that time, Mrs. Nellis has scheduled times where students meet online to work together on English language arts or math and science. And as you can see, she has them broken up by grade level. This is flexible in that if there is a particular grade level that needs more support, she will arrange individual meeting times. But this is based on the current needs of the students. And she adapts her programs to the needs of the students. We know that as a human need to feel like we belong. And even though much of the work that students will do will be vertical, students will still be connecting with their peers. And the backbone of our community building is our advisory program. So as you can see on Tuesdays, Mrs. Nellis has advisory. And so students meet online at this point in time, and it's an opportunity for Mrs. Nellis to check in with the students, to continue to develop a sense of community and share important information, and lead students through activities that develop belonging, self-discovery, and purpose. So these are just some pictures. One of the ways that we have in the past fostered a sense of community is by having student activities together, such as Thanksgiving, as well as our advisory program. Another important part of community building is extending our community to all of our families. So monthly we hold family outings to extend the learning and have fun and allow families to connect with each other. Some of our past outings include the California Science Museum, ice skating, vegetable and pumpkin picking at Tunica Farms, and whale watching. One of the great benefits of online learning is the flexibility it affords families and students. What we have learned, however, is that to optimize learning, the learning that's flexible, it must be balanced with structure. Structure provides a path for students to build their skills and feel a sense of competence. Without a consistent and discernible structure, it's easy to feel lost and overwhelmed, which leads students to feel frustrated and decrease their motivation. We try very hard to provide structure for both students and parents. So for example, next year we will be using an online classroom that organizes almost all elements of the classroom in one place. All content will be organized in this one classroom. So as you can see in the picture that is in the upper left, it says dashboard. This is a sample third grade class. And so when the student and parent open up the online classroom, they see right there the different classes. And so they would just click on that tab to be taken to the assignments. The calendar provides an overview of all of the assignments for all courses. And in this online classroom, it's very easy for students to engage in class discussions. And as a dad of second grade twins, I've learned from experience how important it is to have an organized online class, not only for my son and daughter, but also for my ability to help them and to navigate the content. We're also very lucky to have a full-time counselor. Ms. Haley Glasgow provides support for students and parents to help them meet their potential for all grade levels. So she will be a go-to for general education questions. She provides academic support and intervention. She will help them with career and college exploration, goal setting, as well as mental health and connecting families and students to resources. Which leads to an extremely important component of the virtual academy is the partnership between teachers and parents. So while the teacher is responsible for providing instruction and the guidance and support, tracking students' attendance and academic progress, and evaluating their work, the parent is responsible for supporting the students with the structure at home, providing a routine, and uh, providing a certain amount of accountability that the students get the work done. And this is an important point to distinguish a difference between, say, a charter homeschool program in which the parent is responsible for creating all of the lessons, for designing the curriculum, for providing the instruction, for doing the grading and the feedback. In our model, the teacher is providing all of those. The parent is more of a learning coach that's working in partnership with the teacher to ensure that the student is completing the work and growing. And it's really important that the teacher and the parent maintain and establish consistent communication with each other. And so to do that, Carla has monthly check-ins with every single family to make sure that parents understand how their student is doing, areas that they're excelling, and areas that they may need additional support. So I just want to briefly touch a little bit on who our students are. And as you can see from this picture, we have students from ages from kinder all the way to 6th grade. And the coolest thing is it's just the cohesive community that's developed with all of them. The kinders really look up to the 6th graders, and the upper graders, the 4th, 5th, 6th graders really do enjoy playing a mentorship role to the younger grade students. But our students enroll in the virtual academy for a variety of reasons. They may be students whose interests preclude them from attending traditional school, like they may be actors or highly competitive athletes who need a very flexible schedule. They may be previously homeschool students and their parents um, no longer want to create the curriculum and provide the instruction, but still want that very flexible education. They may be students with social, emotional, or non medically fragile needs, or students who are just seeking a non traditional school environment. But I want to share with you the characteristics of what we see in students who are successful. Is number one, they have grade level academic abilities. Now, if they're not right on grade level, that's okay. With the personalized approach, we see great growth in students. And also, if a student is above grade level, we can continue to support their acceleration. It's important to have students be independent learners and determined, or have parents that are really good at supporting them. The students need to be comfortable using technology. But I will say, not everything is done on the computer. So, especially at our younger grades, there's a lot more work that is done on pencil and paper, and we will provide that for the students. One of the things we will be providing next year, for example, is science kits. And so at the beginning of the year, when students enroll, they'll receive their supplies, which will include science kits that they will do together online with the teacher. So Ms. Nellis will lead them through the experiments while the students are at home. Um, Another characteristic of a successful student is really willing to communicate with the teacher and ask questions. Because Ms. Nellis doesn't have a daily face-to-face interaction with them, she's not necessarily going to know if a student is struggling or has questions about an assignment. So it's important, and Mrs. Nellis is always there to take calls, to schedule a meeting, and then that parent support is very important as well. So if you're interested in enrolling in the Virtual Academy, you can go to our website and click on About, and then under the About there's an enrollment tab, and you can just click on that and follow the directions. And if you have any other questions that you have, I'm happy to answer them. You can email me, glenn.geocaris@svosd.org, or our teacher, Ms. Carla Nellis, or our counselor, Ms. Haley Glasgow. Thanks for listening. And again, we will be hosting a webinar June 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. So if you want to tune into that, please go and sign up on our website. Thank you and take care.